Gulf Coast Weather Solutions is sponsored by. Thank you for making Gulf Coast Weather Solutions one of your go-to sources for weather around the clock. From heavy downpours and severe storms to winter weather and the tropics, we've got you covered with accurate, reliable forecasts you can trust.
Next week is starting to look a little bit more stormy.
But look what's moving into the state of Texas.
Gulf Coast Weather Solutions.
Good evening, Southeast Texas and Southwest Louisiana. I'm meteorologist Lucas Bostrick. Looking at our TAMCO live Doppler radar over the past couple hours, we can see that there's been some showers out there. There's a decent one earlier over the Montgomery-Liberty County line, but it since has faded out just over in the Cleveland region. And elsewhere, it's been pretty quiet, not too much activity at all. We go to our regional satellite radar. We can see that over the past 4 hours, there's been a few showers out there, but not anything like we've seen the past few days. High pressure is definitely regaining control. In fact, we can see it kind of situated here just to the southeast of New Orleans, south of Mobile. There is high pressure situated in the Gulf, and it's keeping it pretty stable there. Now, rainfall amounts over today definitely are pretty minimal. They are looking like about 1,400 possibly in Lafayette. But most areas had trace or very small amounts, and these are just radar estimates too, mind you, so definitely could be a little fluctuation there. Now, our regional current temperatures, we're looking at 90 in Lafayette, 88 in Beaumont, 90 in Houston, 99 in Waco and Austin, San Antonio at 98, 101 in Dallas, 102 in Abilene, 103 in Wichita Falls, 105 in Laredo, 96 still in Jackson, 94 in Starkville. Very hot across the south and southern plains. And our current local temperatures, we're looking at lower 90s for most areas, and then a few mid and upper 90s scattered around. Conroe at 96, 95 in Huntsville, 97 in Lufkin, Zavalas, St. Augustine, and Hemphill, and then 93 in Brookland. And our 24-hour temperature change is showing most areas are running about 5 degrees or so warmer this evening, especially north of Houston. And then we also have a little bit of variation where it's only about 1 degree or so warmer in areas like Liberty, Sour Lake, Anahuac, and Winnie. So definitely a little bit of change. And then New Iberia at -1 actually. So about the same in many places and then a bit warmer in others. Now, our development chances coming up for the next 7 days in the tropics are featuring 2 areas of interest. But right now, we're not very concerned about either. In fact, if anything, it looks like this one here, they just updated actually, has made the bubble smaller, which indicates they think it's going to develop in this very area, but there's definitely going to be some problems for it down the road as it will likely encounter high wind shear as it approaches the Caribbean Sea due to the ongoing El Nino. And then a 50% chance of development for this other system, which is a little bit more north, and if it comes as far south as this one, it may encounter the same fate, but we won't pass judgment on it yet, so we'll always keep watching it until it's finally out of here. Now, a big problem for if anything ever tries to come far enough west is this massive ridge of high pressure that's going to be building over our state. In fact, if anything, we could be looking at those upper 90s coming up for next week. And it looks like the highs can be centered over Dallas Sunday afternoon. And this is obviously going to keep the tropics closed for the Gulf. So some good news there. Even over towards Florida and the eastern seaboard is pretty protected because there's a secondary high that's stretched all the way over here, a rather large area of high pressure. And our future cast, not the low temperatures, we'll talk about in a minute. Coming up for tomorrow is sponsored by Switch Electric. It's going to be pretty quiet overnight. We could see 1 or 2 showers possible, but should still be pretty quiet. As we get into the daytime, we could see a few showers develop, but then it should be quiet throughout the rest of the day. Nothing really expected to develop and into the evening hours. Now, Our low temperatures tonight, there is what I was trying to say earlier, are going to be in the mid to upper 70s to lower to mid 80s further south, sponsored by Silsby Forward, where we can get you one. And then our high temperatures tomorrow are going to be in the low to mid 90s. The upper 90s, very likely further north, especially in Houston Metro, stretching over towards Tyler County and Jasper County into up north in Sabine County, St. Augustine, and Angelina counties. Definitely could see some very hot temperatures. Now, our 7-day outlook, it calls for a small chance of rain to return Friday and then a little one on Saturday, but then most of the time it's going to be hot and dry, and our high temperatures will be in the mid to upper 90s. Same for Lake Charles and Kinder. Mid 90s likely for the next 7 days with a small chance of rain returning by Monday. Make sure that you download the Gulf Coast Weather Solutions app. It's available right now on iOS and Google Play. It gives you the latest weather updates to keep you aware of what is happening, including when rain is approaching and more. Also, check out our YouTube channel at youtube.com/GulfCoastWX for our twice daily weather videos, and our Facebook page. You can see the link there, facebook.com/Gulf Coast Weather Solutions, to see additional updates with us. All right, everyone, have a good evening, and check out Johnny's forecast in the morning.